Some motorcycles don't just live through decades. They defy them, they survive wars, cultural shifts, technological revolutions, and changing generations of riders. Yet they're still here, roaring stronger than ever. From British icons to American rebels to Japanese game changers, these bikes aren't just machines, they're legends. So buckle up, because in this countdown, we're taking a ride through 15 motorcycles that refuse to die. Number 15. Royal Enfield Meteor 350. You've probably heard the line that bigger bikes are safer bikes, as if displacement is a safety feature. Truth is, confidence beats horsepower, especially as you get older. That's where the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 quietly shines. At 421 pounds with a 30-inch seat, it's a bike you can flat-foot at every light and push around the driveway without breaking a sweat. Add a relaxed riding triangle, bars closed, pegs forward, and you're sitting in an ergonomic pocket designed for all-day comfort. The 349 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine may not win races, but it delivers steady torque and mellow cruising between 45 to 65 miles per hour. Exactly the sweet spot most seniors actually ride in. Here's what nobody tells you. It's ridiculously cheap to own. Insurance is lower than most mid-sized twins, fuel economy hovers around 70 to 80 miles per gallon, and maintenance is simple enough that even non-mechanics can keep it running. ABS is standard, brakes are predictable, and the suspension is tuned for real-world bumps, not racetrack curbs. It even comes with Royal Enfield's Tripper navigation pod that pairs with your phone for simple turn-by-turn directions. No giant touchscreen required. Of course, the Meteor isn't built for hammering interstates. Past 70 miles per hour, the engine feels a little overworked and wind becomes your biggest enemy. But that's the point. This isn't about burning miles at 80. It's about enjoying relaxed rides with zero intimidation factor. But if you think small means basic, just wait until bike number 14, a heavyweight cruiser that hides real comfort in plain sight. Number 14, Harley-Davidson Heritage Classic 114, and most people picture a heavy, overpriced chrome monster. The Heritage Classic 114 cuts through that stereotype by showing how a big cruiser can still be one of the most senior-friendly bikes on the market. Yes, it tips the scales at 728 pounds, but the center of gravity is low and the 26-inch seat means you can plant both boots firmly on the ground. That single factor alone makes handling at parking lot speeds far less intimidating than you'd think. The Milwaukee 8-114 engine is the real secret. Unlike peaky motors that demand high revs, this V-twin delivers fat torque from idle. Translation, you don't need to slip the clutch or work through gears aggressively. The bike just pulls smoothly no matter what. For seniors who prefer less effort and more predictability, that's pure gold. Add in modern updates like ABS, cruise control, LED lighting, and lockable saddlebags, and suddenly the old Harley image fades fast. The suspension has been improved too, meaning potholes get absorbed instead of transmitted straight into your lower back. Harleys aren't maintenance nightmares anymore. Oil change intervals are generous, electronics are far more reliable, and with proper care, this machine will outlast most disposable mid-range imports. The Heritage Classic keeps controls intuitive and tactile. For riders who want timeless style without sacrificing comfort, it's a surprisingly practical choice. But if you think cruisers have the monopoly on comfort, bike number 13 will shock you. It isn't even a motorcycle in the traditional sense. Number 13, Honda Forza 750. Scooters are often dismissed as commuter toys, but the Honda Forza 750 is more like a touring motorcycle in disguise. On paper, it's a maxi scooter. On the road, it's a senior-friendly comfort machine that just happens to make everyday riding effortless. Honda's DCT automatic transmission, no clutch lever, no shifting, just twist and go. That means no more aching wrists in traffic. Instead, you get smooth torque delivery from the 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that happily cruises at 75 miles per hour all day. The ergonomics are tuned for real-world ease, step-through frame for easy mounting, wide seat with plenty of padding, upright posture, and a windshield that actually keeps wind blast off your chest. Storage is another hidden gem. The underseat compartment swallows a full-face helmet plus extras. Many riders spend tens of thousands chasing comfort on heavyweight touring bikes when the Forza already solves most of those problems. Insurance is lower, fuel economy is excellent, well above 60 miles per gallon, and urban maneuvering is stress-free thanks to its low center of gravity. At over 500 pounds, it's heavy for a scooter and the automatic gearbox can feel a little detached for purists. But for seniors who want maximum comfort with minimum fuss, it's hard to beat. But comfort isn't the whole story. Bike number 12 proves you can still have thrilling performance without sacrificing senior-friendly control. Number 12, Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is proof that a cruiser doesn't have to be oversized or intimidating to feel stable. Weighing just under 500 pounds with a low 27-inch seat height, it offers easy flat-foot confidence at every stop. What makes it stand out is Kawasaki's ErgoFit system, which allows the handlebars, foot pegs, and seat to be adjusted to match the rider's body size. For seniors, that means no awkward stretching or cramped knees, just a riding position that feels natural and comfortable for longer outings. Its 649cc parallel twin engine, adapted from the Ninja series, delivers smooth, predictable torque. It isn't about raw horsepower, but it will cruise happily between 55 and 75 miles per hour without strain. Steering is light and responsive, giving the Vulcan S more agility than typical cruisers, which often feel sluggish in city traffic or on curvy backroads. That blend of cruiser comfort with standard bike handling makes it unintimidating yet capable. Running costs stay practical. Fuel economy hovers around 50 miles per gallon, and Kawasaki reliability means long service intervals with minimal fuss. ABS is available, brakes are progressive, and the suspension is tuned to handle everyday bumps instead of racetrack smoothness. The modern styling may turn off riders who prefer chrome-heavy classics, and pushing past 80 reveals its mid-weight limits. But for those seeking a comfortable, confidence-boosting cruiser that adapts to you rather than the other way around, the Vulcan S nails the balance of practicality, safety, and everyday fun. But if you thought adjustability was rare, bike number 11 brings back something even more old school, a thumping single-cylinder engine that refuses to die. Number 11, Honda CB500X. Here's a myth worth dismantling. Adventure bikes are only for tall, muscle-bound riders who live on Instagram. The Honda CB500X proves that's nonsense. It's an adventure-style machine that's approachable, forgiving, and perfectly senior-friendly without giving up the go-anywhere attitude. At first glance, the CB500X looks like a downsized Africa twin. But that's not an insult, that's a compliment. The 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin is smooth, predictable, and easy on fuel, yet still gives you enough pep for highway riding or mountain curves. We're talking 70+ miles per gallon with zero drama. At 439 pounds wet, it's light by adventure bike standards, and the 32.7-inch seat, while taller than a cruiser, is shaped narrow so you can still plant a foot down with confidence. For seniors with decent flexibility, that's a manageable trade-off for the upright riding position that keeps your spine neutral and your wrists pain-free. The CB500X is one of the most reliable motorcycles Honda has ever made. Owners routinely rack up 100,000 miles with nothing but basic maintenance. Suspension updates in recent years also mean it's more comfortable over bumps, while ABS is standard for peace of mind. But for seniors who want a bike that can do daily commuting, weekend trips, and light touring all in one, the CB500X is basically a Swiss Army knife on two wheels. But if you thought versatility was impressive, wait until bike number 10. It's built for pure long-haul luxury that feels more like a living room than a motorcycle. Number 10, Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. The touring bikes have to weigh a ton and cost as much as a small house. Enter the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, a sport touring machine that blends performance, tech, and comfort in a package that doesn't punish your back or your wallet. Powered by Yamaha's famous 890 cubic centimeter triple, this bike is a torque-rich, silky smooth machine that delivers usable power across the board. You're not wrangling a beast, you're guiding a willing partner. At just over 480 pounds, it's significantly lighter than traditional touring bikes, which means less strain at low speeds and easier handling in traffic. Add a 32-inch seat height and upright ergonomics, and suddenly those 200-mile days don't feel like marathons. The GT Plus is loaded with senior-friendly tech that isn't just gimmickry. Semi-active suspension constantly adjusts to bumps and weight shifts, meaning the bike feels planted and smooth even on rough pavement. Radar-assisted cruise control is another game-changer. It maintains distance from vehicles ahead, so your throttle hand finally gets a break without losing peace of mind. The styling leans sporty, which may not appeal to riders who love classic looks, and it's priced higher than entry-level tourers. But compared to big luxury machines, the Tracer 9 GT Plus delivers 90% of the comfort at half the weight. For seniors who want long-distance ability without wrestling a heavyweight, this bike is one of the smartest picks on the road today. But long-distance comfort is only half the story. Bike number 9 is about redefining what a city-friendly motorcycle can really be. Number 9, Suzuki SV650. Naked bikes are too raw and uncomfortable for older riders. The Suzuki SV650 has been debunking that since the late 1990s, and in 2025 it still holds the crown as one of the most senior-friendly all-rounders you can buy, because it combines lightweight, predictable power and simple ergonomics in a package that feels like it was designed to keep you smiling smiling, not aching. At 432 pounds wet, it's manageable in the garage and easy to push around without risking a back twinge. The 30.9-inch seat is low enough that most riders can flat foot, and the upright riding position takes the pressure off your wrists and lower back. The real magic, though, is the 645 cubic centimeter V-twin engine. It's not blistering fast, but it delivers smooth torque across the rev range, enough to make highway merging stress-free while still being gentle enough for relaxed city rides. It's the kind of motor that feels intuitive, like it knows what you want before you do. The SV650 is legendary for reliability. Many owners rack up 100,000 plus miles with only routine maintenance. Parts are cheap and plentiful, making it one of the most economical mid-sized bikes to keep on the road. The suspension is basic compared to pricier machines. You're not stuck fiddling with menus or paying through the nose for electronics you'll barely use. For seniors who want a bike that's nimble, dependable, and inexpensive to maintain, the SV650 is a hidden gem. It's proof that sometimes the smartest choice isn't the flashiest. It's the one that quietly works for decades. But if you want something that feels like your living room recliner on wheels, bike number 8 takes comfort to another level. Number 8. Indian Springfield. Cruisers often get written off as style over substance, but the Indian Springfield flips that script by packing modern tech and plush comfort into a machine that looks straight out of a postcard. At first glance, it's all vintage charm, balanced fenders, chrome trim, and leather seats. But underneath, this is a serious touring machine built to keep you comfortable mile after mile. The Springfield is powered by Indian's Thunderstroke 111 V-twin, which delivers mountains of low-end torque without demanding high revs. That means smooth, effortless acceleration, whether you're rolling out of a parking lot or overtaking on the highway. Weighing around 860 pounds, it sounds intimidating, but thanks to its low 26-inch seat and balanced geometry, the bike feels planted and surprisingly easy to control once you're moving. For seniors, that low seat height is everything. It makes a heavy cruiser manageable. You get modern must-haves like ABS, cruise control, ride modes, and keyless ignition. The windshield is detachable, so you can switch from touring setup to stripped-down cruiser in minutes. Saddlebags are lockable and weatherproof. It's wide and heavy at standstill, and you'll need a decent budget to keep one in the garage. But once you're rolling, the Springfield feels like a couch on wheels. Stable, plush, and confidence-inspiring. The Springfield is a perfect blend of past and present. But if you'd rather ride something lighter, simpler, and more fuel-efficient, bike number 7 proves you don't need size to enjoy real freedom. Number 7. Piaggio MP3 530 HPE. Most riders glance at the Piaggio MP3 and assume it's a quirky scooter for people who've given up on motorcycles. Spend 5 minutes on one and that assumption vanishes. The MP3 530 HPE is a three-wheeler that leans like a motorcycle, pulls like a mid-sized bike, and delivers stability that makes every ride less stressful. For seniors who still love the feeling of leaning into a curb but want a little more security at slow speeds, this design is a game changer. Those dual front wheels are the secret. They tilt with you, but they also grip the road with twice the surface area. Potholes, wet pavement, uneven city streets, conditions that normally spike anxiety suddenly feel manageable. Combine that with a parking brake and even a reverse gear, and handling it in tight spots is far easier than you'd expect. At 550 pounds, it sounds heavy, but the low seat and step-through frame make mounting and balancing straightforward. Performance isn't an afterthought either. The 530 cubic centimeter engine has enough muscle for highway cruising, and with twist-and-go automatic transmission, there's no clutch or shifting to worry about. Storage is another win. The underseat bay swallows a helmet and shopping bag with room to spare. Add ABS, traction control, and advanced braking distribution, and you've got safety tech that even big touring bikes often leave out. It costs more than most scooters, and traditionalists may never accept the design. But if confidence, practicality, and comfort matter more than looking hardcore, the MP3 530 HPE makes a compelling case. For many seniors, it's not a compromise. It's freedom without the usual risks. And speaking of freedom, bike number 6 proves you don't need the latest gadgets to enjoy effortless long-distance riding. Number 6. Honda CB750X DCT. For years, adventure-style bikes were written off as too tall and too complicated for older riders. The Honda CB750X DCT turns that assumption upside down. It's approachable, efficient, and packed with clever features that make life easier, not harder. What makes it stand out for seniors is Honda Honda's dual-clutch transmission. Forget the clutch lever, forget gear shifting. Less strain on your hands, less mental effort in traffic, and more time focusing on the ride itself. At 472 pounds with a seat height just under 32 inches, the parallel twin engine produces steady torque right where you need it, low and mid-range, so you're not constantly hunting gears or revving the life out of the motor. The result is calm, predictable acceleration that makes city rides and highway merges equally stress-free. Honda added one feature that almost no one expects: a storage compartment in the tank area that can fit a full-face helmet or groceries. Combine that with 65+ miles per gallon fuel economy, standard ABS, and Honda's bulletproof reliability. It's not perfect, a taller seat can be a stretch for shorter riders, and the styling is more practical than flashy. But for seniors who want a dependable, effortless to ride, the NC750X is one of the smartest choices on the market. But if dependability is important, bike number 5 takes it even further. This one has a reputation for lasting decades without breaking a sweat. Number 5. Kawasaki KLR 650. This bike has a reputation for simplicity and toughness that few machines can match. While adventure bikes often drown riders in electronics and expensive maintenance, the KLR is refreshingly old school. It's designed to take abuse, sip fuel, and keep going when flashier machines are sidelined in the shop. The latest version comes with fuel injection and updated comfort features, but it keeps the same formula that's made it legendary: a big, thumping, single-cylinder engine that will cruise happily at 65 to 70 miles per hour all day. It's not fast, but it's steady, predictable, and surprisingly forgiving for a bike its size. The upright ergonomics keep your back and wrists relaxed, and the tall windshield and wide seat mean you can actually enjoy longer rides instead of counting the miles until you stop. At around 456 pounds, the KLR 650 is lighter than it looks, and the suspension is built to soak up rough pavement and gravel roads alike. Seniors who want to keep exploring beyond the city limits will find it's far less demanding than heavyweight adventure tourers. Add a massive fuel tank over 6 gallons, and you've got real range for cross-country trips. Of course, the KLR isn't glamorous, it's utilitarian. The seat height is also taller than some riders prefer, though lowering kits are common. But if your priority is reliability and the freedom to travel without worrying about breakdowns, the KLR 650 is tough to beat. But if rugged practicality isn't your style, bike number 4 is the polar opposite: a refined sport tourer that makes long-distance riding feel like first class. Number 4. Triumph Tiger 850 Sport. Some riders think Triumph's Tiger line is only for hardcore adventurers tackling dirt tracks. The 850 Sport proves otherwise. This version was built with road riders in mind, especially those who want a comfortable, senior-friendly machine that still delivers a little thrill when the road gets twisty. Weighing in at about 478 pounds, the Tiger 850 Sport is one of the lighter adventure-style bikes in its class. The ergonomics are upright and relaxed, with wide handlebars that make low-speed maneuvering easy and a seat comfortable enough for hours of riding. At 31.8 inches, the seat height isn't extreme, and Triumph offers low seat options for shorter riders. Once you're rolling, it feels planted yet nimble, a balance many heavy touring bikes never achieve. The 888cc triple-cylinder engine is where the magic happens. It's smooth, responsive, and delivers torque across the rev range without ever feeling aggressive. For seniors, that means strong, predictable power that doesn't demand constant shifting. Traction control, ABS, and a TFT display that's simple to read without a user manual. The Tiger also comes with a tall, adjustable windscreen and suspension tuned for comfort. It's priced higher than some Japanese competitors, and it lacks some of the high-end electronics of Triumph's bigger Tigers. But for riders who want sporty fun, comfort, and reliability in one stylish package, the 850 Sport is one of the best balanced bikes you can buy today. But if you think that's impressive, wait until bike number 3, a cruiser that blends history, power, and low-seat comfort into one iconic package. Number 3. Moto Guzzi California Touring 1400. Big cruisers usually mean heavy handling and aching backs, but Moto Guzzi's California Touring 1400 is the exception that proves size doesn't have to equal struggle. This Italian masterpiece blends old-world charm with clever engineering, giving seniors the best of both worlds: a low, confidence-inspiring seat and a smooth, torque-rich V-twin that doesn't demand muscle to enjoy. At 740 pounds, it sounds intimidating on paper, but the bike's weight is carried low, making it surprisingly manageable once you're moving. The 29-inch seat height lets most riders flat-foot with ease, which eliminates the parking lot wobble that makes many big cruisers nerve-wracking. And then there's that engine, a transverse 1,380cc V-twin that rumbles with character but delivers torque so smoothly you barely need to think about gears. For seniors, that means less clutch work. The California Touring also hides modern comforts beneath its classic styling. Ride modes let you choose between power delivery settings. Cruise control comes standard, and the integrated windscreen with panias makes it road trip ready right out of the box. The long wheelbase and plush suspension soak up bumps with ease, making interstate miles glide by effortlessly. It's not perfect, the bulk is real at a standstill, and the premium Italian badge means higher service costs than a Japanese cruiser. But as a package, the California Touring 1400 delivers heritage, comfort, and practicality without forcing you to wrestle the machine. It's one of the rare big cruisers that seniors can actually enjoy without compromise. But if Italian flair isn't your thing, bike number 2 offers Japanese engineering in a luxury tourist so smooth it feels more like flying than riding. Number 2. Yamaha Star Venture Transcontinental. Touring bikes often get dismissed as two-wheeled cars, but the Yamaha Star Venture proves that's not a bad thing. For seniors, long-distance riding is all about minimizing fatigue, and this bike was engineered with that in mind. At 957 pounds, yes, it's heavy, but the weight disappears once you're rolling, and Yamaha packed in features that make cross-country trips less punishing than you'd ever expect. The 1,854cc air-cooled V-twin has torque everywhere, so you're never left hunting for power. Twist the throttle and it pulls effortlessly. Whether you're cruising at 70 miles per hour, what makes it senior-friendly is the focus on comfort. A wide plush seat, passenger accommodations that rival a recliner, and an electronically adjustable windscreen that turns headwinds into background noise. The real standout feature is Yamaha's Sure Park system. With the press of a button, the bike crawls forward or backward. For seniors worried about maneuvering nearly 1,000 pounds of motorcycle, this system removes the stress completely. Pair that with integrated infotainment, Bluetooth connectivity, and cavernous luggage space, and you're essentially riding a first-class suite on wheels. Fuel economy sits in the mid-30s miles per gallon, but for pure luxury, stability, and the confidence that you'll arrive relaxed instead of sore, the Star Venture earns its place near the top of any senior-friendly list. Bike number 1 is a machine that delivers comfort, balance, and timeless reliability all in one senior-friendly package. Number 1. Honda Shadow Aero 750. Sometimes the smartest choice isn't the newest or the flashiest. The Honda Shadow Aero 750 has been around for years, and in 2025 it remains one of the best motorcycles for seniors. This mid-sized cruiser nails the fundamentals: comfort, reliability, and ease of use. Weighing just over 560 pounds, with a seat height of 25.9 inches, it's a bike almost anyone can manage with confidence. The ergonomics are classic cruiser-wide bars, forward pegs, and a low supportive seat that lets you relax instead of fighting the machine. On the road, the 745cc liquid-cooled V-twin delivers predictable torque with zero drama. It's not built for speed, but it has all the pull you need for city streets, back roads, and steady highway cruising. The Shadow's real advantage is its bulletproof reliability. Honda's engineering means low maintenance costs, simple servicing, and an engine that can run for decades with basic care. Fuel economy in the 50 miles per gallon range keeps running costs down. Add in classic styling with plenty of chrome, and you've got a bike that looks timeless without demanding constant attention. The Aero isn't perfect. Wind protection is minimal without an aftermarket screen, and it won't excite riders looking for modern gadgets. But for seniors who want a motorcycle that feels friendly, forgiving, and utterly dependable, the Honda Shadow Aero 750 might be the ultimate companion. And that's the countdown. 15 senior-friendly bikes for 2025, each with its own hidden strengths and trade-offs. If you thought retirement meant slowing down, these machines prove the ride is just getting started.